Well, with £87 million to spend in this season's transfer window, let's see how many world-class players we can attract to Exeter. Hello, welcome to part 53 of City Tonight Darling. Coming up into today's episode, we shall be going through our transfer window. But first, let's take a look at our end of season review. As you saw in yesterday's episode, we already avoided relegation prior to yesterday's episode, but we did just finish off the season. Wasn't the best end to it, but then it did end on a high when I revealed our budgets, or I got revealed the budgets. £87 million. Obviously, the quest is in this series just to win the Premier League. We might win the Champions League along the way, but Premier League is the main goal for this save, or just to win something before FM25 comes out, which by the time this episode comes out, it won't be too long. I suspect about a month and a bit. I'm not sure when this episode comes out. Late September, I think, or mid-September. So by that point, probably about a month-ish. So haven't got long. So hopefully time for at least 3 more seasons. So which is why this episode, I will try and get at least, well, I want at least one top class player by the end of the day. Might not happen. You might just get a few wonder kids in. Just fill out the squad with wonder kids. That's the plan. So signings that have come in this season. So we had Chimruski, who came in, 12 goals, 9 assists. Actually won signing of the season, which I don't really agree with, because I don't think he was that good. I mean, he had a lot of injuries, to be fair. But hopefully he has a much better season this year. Then Villaging, absolutely brilliant player. 29 years old, so a little bit older than the rest of the signings that I did. But a pretty good player. 9 goals, 6 assists. Again, another player who did get a little bit unlucky with injuries. Then our next player, Michael Hesseman, an absolutely superb player. 12 goals, 14 assists. I think he was a little bit unlucky not to win signing of the season, but I'm not sure what happened there. But he did play most games. Again, I think played 44 games. I don't think he actually got injured this season. I think we probably just rested him a couple of games. And Philip Jackson, a brilliant lone player. I doubt we're going to get him in for another season, or we might buy him, but I don't know. We'll see what other strikers are out there. And Sergio Garcia, and absolutely, he's a good backup. 9 goals, so not too bad. Then Falco Fajos had that brilliant first game, but sort of struggle. But hopefully, obviously, he is classed as a wonder kid, along with Garcia as well. Chimluski not a wonder kid just yet, but I'm sure he will be in the near future. But these 2 players, Garcia and Vajos, they'll be 2 excellent players, I'm sure, for us all in the near future. They'll be both world-class players. And James Hill, absolutely superb, right centre-back experience, so that's kind of what we need. A couple of experienced centre-backs and a couple of young centre-backs, and that's us sorted. Vidinov, a good young player. Future is definitely very bright, obviously with us or something else. Got great potential, so I'm sure he will definitely fulfill that. 2 appearances from by Bulgaria, so that is very, very good for him. And then Kevin Aguilera, another wonder kid. So we've got 3 wonder kids in this squad. I mean, we might have a few more that aren't on here that we didn't sign this season. Obviously, Trevino, definitely a wonder kid, or was a wonder kid. Santiago was a wonder kid. We've got loads of wonder kids in this squad now. Kevin Aguirre, it looks like he's going to be a brilliant left back. Might even be pushing for that first team spot. Obviously, there's Samura leaving. I think Kevin can step up just fine. Then Negru, he was a bit poor. I don't think we bring him back, so I think he goes. Then Espuza, yeah, he's fine as a backup. I think he probably does go, but I think he's probably fine as a backup. And Carlos, yeah, but he's absolutely awful. I'm not, again, only alone, so I'm thankful we didn't buy him. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get him back for next season. And Borland, just purely an emergency backup. So I think he is out of contract this season. So I don't think we are going to renew his contract. Then Cyril Sostic, again, another young right winger with beautiful potential. So I'm sure he'll be sticking around for next season. Again, he doesn't have a release clause, which is good. Most of the young players we've got do have release clauses. Obviously, we've got the Matumbu and Trevino, or might have been Santiago, who we have promised they can leave should we get a big enough offer. I think 90 million was like Matumbu's and 87 million was the other guy. Then the board wanted us to attempt to avoid relegation, which we smashed that with flying colours by finishing 12th in the league. Started the season off, we never really had like a good spell. It's always been like a bit hit and miss everywhere, apart from like February where we didn't win a single game. Then the form sort of picked up by March and towards the end of the season. So very, very good. Been a little bit shaky here and there, so hopefully that can definitely improve next season. As with all young players, they will get better each season, every season, and hopefully by the time like 3 or 4 seasons time, we will be winning the Premier League. I'm sure of that. FA Cup this year, not as good as the past 2 seasons. We got knocked out by Millwall in the 5th round. Then Carabao Cup went so well. Again, another semi-final, our first semi-final in the Carabao Cup. Narrowly lost to Aston Villa 2-1 in both games, so 4-2 on aggregate. Hopefully we can try and get to the final next year. Who knows? Maybe even win it, but the future is definitely very bright for Exeter. Our biggest win this year, we didn't have very many big wins, but biggest win was 6-0 over Sunderland. And our match to remember was a 4-0 win over Bournemouth. And goal of the season went to Trevino. Let's have a look at this goal, because Trevino, he scores a lot of good goals. But let's see how good this goal really was, because some of the goal of the seasons we've seen haven't actually been that good. But let's have a look at this one. Trevino, I mean, that's an absolutely wonderful volley. I can understand why that's been voted goal of the season. So finances, club reputation has gone up to 3.5 stars, which is very good. No new sponsorship deals, so that's fine. Annual revenue, most of it has gone up. So broadcast revenue has gone up massively, because obviously last season we were Championship, this season Premier League, so that's gone up to 93 million this year. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Corporate hospitality has actually gone down a bit, so which is very surprising, because obviously we're in Premier League. I thought that would have gone up. Matchday commercial retail has also gone down, which is again very surprising, because we're in Premier League now. Competition prize money has gone up because we got to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. That's a little strange, but we'll go with it. Most popular shirt names have been Trevino, Chuck Webber, Matumbu, Garcia, and Jaden Village in Patachi. Obviously, Chuck Webber does want to leave us, so we might try and get him out of the club this season. If not, we'll have to let him go on a free. And best 11 this year was Shantunan in goal, a back four of Santiago, Hill, Amanga, and Samura. Trevino and Chuck Webber in the midfield. Then we had Hesterman on the right, Finagine on the left, Chimluski and Matumbu up front. I can sort of agree with that. Chimluski got fans player, young player of the season. Did not expect that. I thought Hesterman would have got like player for the season, but yeah, Chimluski, a good player, but I'm not sure he had the best performances this year, but we'll go with it, it's fine. Matumbu got top goal scorer of 13 this year. I mean, that's a bit poor, but to be fair, he did get struck down with quite a few injuries, more injuries than any other player this season. I think he had at least 5 injuries, 1 serious and the 4 just manageable. But if he was fit for the whole season, yeah, we might have even qualified for Europe, but I guess it was a little bit difficult to tell if he would have done that. But hopefully Matumbu next season, he does stay fit. That's the plan. And Hesterman got most assists with 14. Don't really need to worry about that. James Hill, highest transfer fee paid, 26 million. I can sort of guarantee you that record will get broken again this episode. Obviously, 87 million transfer budget. God knows what I'm going to do today. I don't really know what players are going to leave. I can tell you one player who's leaving. Samoa's leaving. That's all I can say. So, club revisions for next season, play possession football, that's fine. Make the most of set pieces. Again, all this is the same as the past few seasons. Play entertaining football, play high tempo pressing football, play attacking football, work within the wage budget, which is quite easy. I haven't really gone over that. So, what's going on here? Plans will be set when the club ownership is resolved. Are we under a takeover? Let's do a little bit of an investigation. Let's see what's going on here, because I haven't seen anything about a takeover. But I don't know. Let's talk to the players. Then we'll continue with our investigation about the takeover or rumored takeover, which I completely know nothing about. Let's talk about next season. I think we can definitely. I think we're good enough to avoid relegation again next season, so I think that's pretty good. Nothing else to talk to you about, so we'll just leave that there. Let's choose the training camp destination. Let's go. You know what? Let's go. Oh, where shall we go? You know what? Let's go South Africa. A little bit of a different training camp destination. Obviously, we usually stick around to Europe, Americas, but let's go further afield. Go into South Africa. Not really further afield, but are we? I don't really know what's going on with this. Obviously, due to the owner looking to sell the club, obviously, we'll click continue a few more times just to see if anything does pop up, which at the moment nothing is. So I guess I will just come back. Let's just wait for it to come back. Obviously, our coach has retired, but that's nothing major. Is he actually looking to sell the club? We'll listen to offers, but I don't know. I guess I'll just come back when the transfer window is open. Should anything change, unless anything pops up, then I will let you all know about it. But for now, let's just go ahead to the first day of the transfer window, where hopefully should have a few signings at the very least. We'll have one new player to announce. Well, it's the start of the transfer window. No takeover news as of yet, though there might be something in the near future. But let's take a look at just to see who we've been rumoured with. We have sold a few players, and obviously we are bringing one player in, but we've been rumoured with Thomas Kempshall. Who the hell is he? He's the left winger at Coventry. Maybe, but don't necessarily need a left winger because we've got Fidenoff and Finishing Badachi, so maybe, just maybe, if one of them does leave, then Reece Phillip. I tell you what, he's wanted by a whole host of English clubs and a couple of Saudi teams, but I don't know, he looks like a quite decent player. We might just sign him. We might do. Then Tom Jones, he's Welsh. Do we just sign him? No, we don't. He looks absolutely terrible. The fact he's Welsh, I mean, that is just absolutely hilarious. So, as you can see, Samoa has joined Leeds, 19 million, but we knew about that last season. That transfer fee went straight into wage budget. So this is the player we've signed. Atanan Vlahic is a Serbian centre mid. 3 stars capability, 5-star potential. He's a leading championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in from Crvena Zvezda for £6 million. He is classed as a wonder kid. Wasn't a wonder kid at the time when we made the bid, but he is now. My good God, look at his value. He only costs us £6 million. That's absolutely ridiculous. His best position is an advanced playmaker. We're going to start him in a deep line playmaker role first, and if he doesn't play well at that, then we will switch him to Situate advanced playmaker. Let's just welcome him in. Let's get him on a intensive language course. Chuck Robert has also joined Everton for £29 million. He was out of contract at the end of this season, so a pretty good profit on him. We brought him in for 12 million, sold him for 29. That's a £17 million profit. That's not too bad. That's quite nice. That is really nice. Is that actually how much money we've made? Oh my god! So we brought in 109 million this season. Transfers out 154. That's a profit of 45 million. That's not too bad. That really is not too bad. Exeter chairperson is looking to step aside. We finally had the news notification. The chairperson of Carabao Cup semi-finalist Exeter City, Nick Walker, could step down sooner rather than later. To be fair, he's been chairperson for good since the save started, I think. It's rumoured that Hawker is looking to relinquish control of the club, allowing another member of the board to take his place. So not like a proper takeover, just somebody stepping into his place. So we're not going to expect like a tycoon takeover. It'd be just like a promotion, I guess, from one of the directors. So that'd be very nice to get somebody ahead of him. So in other news, we did win our first bit of silverware as England manager. We did win the European International League. We did beat Spain in the final of that, with Stansfield getting the winning goal along with Jude Bellingham. Kevin Brown and Bukayo Saka scored in the semi-final against Netherlands. That is very, very good. So scored at the moment. We are trying to get rid of Rankin. We have had one bid for him from Troyes for £8.25 million. That's the only outgoing so far. And Ranga is also leaving us. Well, potentially. We've got 3 bids in for Sheffield United, Valencia, Villarreal, all for £24.5 million. Hopefully, he can just get out of the club. Obviously, Aidan Borland out of contract. The 3 loans, they will probably definitely leave us. We have offered a new contract to Kevin Agrier because he is out of contract next season. But Timbu, we will offer him a contract at some point, but he is still under the promise of if a bid comes of £92 million, we have to sell him, which I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think we've got any other promises of that. Don't think we do. I thought we had another one, but maybe we don't. Do we have actually any promises? There was Santiago. I didn't see his promise. Where was his promise? Where is he? Santiago. Where is he? He's there. No, he's down at the bottom. His contract runs out 2034, so we've got plenty of time for him. But it is same with him. 86 million. If an offer comes in of that, he goes. Is Spoozer wanted? Spoozer is wanted on loan. I think we do send him out on loan because I think we probably just transfer this. If no offers come in for him, then we'll send him out on loan because don't really want a League One player at the club, especially when we're pushing for I think we are going to push for Europe next season. So that's the outgoings so far. We haven't. It's just been that one-sided. We haven't made any offers because I've been focusing on the internationals at the moment. But now that's over, I will focus on trying to bring in some players in. So hopefully by the beginning of July, I should have a few new players in the squad. Well, it's currently the 10th of July. Transfer business so far is going pretty well. We have sold some players and brought in quite a few players. I think we've signed 3 or 4 players, and we do have one potentially coming in, Igor Savage. More on him later if he comes in. So start off with the players that have left the club. Start on the back end of last season because I think some players did leave. So you knew about Chuck Rumbaker, you knew about Samura. Rankin joined Troyes for 8.25 million. Junior and Manga did join Sheffield United for 24.5 million. Espuza joined Nottingham Forest for 4.9 million. And Raheem Harper joined Strasbourg on a free transfer And not Harry Kite, he's one of our former players, don't know where he is now. Harry Curtis has joined Al Khalij for £10 million. I mean, considering we bought him in on a free transfer, didn't really do much for us last season. So I sold him for £10 million. That's a really good profit, good bit of business, and that brought in four more players. Reece Philip, he's a 23-year-old English centre-back, three and a half stars of capability, decent Premier League player. He comes in from Burnley for £19.75 million. So not cheap, but judging by his value, I think we paid the right price for him. So hopefully he goes on to be quite a decent player, good jumper reacher as well. So hopefully he's quite a threat at corner, 6'4" as well. So he should score quite a few at the near post or far post. And next up is Joan Muniz. He's a Chilean centre mid, 2.5 stars of capability, 5-star potential. He's a good championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on loan from Inter Milan for the rest of this whole of this season. So hopefully he does have a decent amount of game time, but probably not too much. And next up is Ivan Toney. He's a English striker, 3 stars of capability, good championship player, unlikely to improve, but that's probably right as for a 35-year-old. And he comes in on a free transfer from Brentford, primarily only a backup, so Chimluski can get quite a bit of game time. So that's the plan for him to play as many games as possible. Then Ivan Toney just to come off the bench when needed. And next up is Felipe Gonzalez. He's a Uruguayan left back, 3 stars of capability, 4.5-star potential, good championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in from Nacional for £5.75 million. Again, looks like a top quality left back. Apparently, is he our best left back? Best left back. I mean, him and Aguirre, they can chop a change. As they like. I think Aguirre might be just a little bit better. Okay, they're about the same. So yeah, I'm not sure which one's stronger, which one's not. So I think we'll go with Aguirre first. I think then we'll go Gonzalez as backup for next year. In fact, who's older? That's the way we'll do it. So I think Aguirre first choice because 20 years old, and Gonzalez is 18, so he'll be the backup. Don't think we've done any more transfer business. No, so this is what the squad does currently look like with about a month left until the new season starts. So goalkeepers we've got. Let's just get the abilities up there. So we've got Shantunan and Jaramillo. As usual, I think we're pretty much set on them, but we might get in another goalkeeper. Maybe another goalkeeper just for a bit of better backup for Shantunan. Because Jaramillo, he's alright, but not really a Premier League goalkeeper. He's got Premier League standard in him, but it's just not there yet. He's not ready yet. Maybe he could do with a loan spell. Maybe get in a bit of a decent backup. Maybe like an old guy, possibly. We might do that. We might have a bit of a scavenger to see what's around. Then right backs, we've just got Santiago at the moment. We did make an offer for Juan Foyth, that former Tottenham Hotspur player, but he went other places. So we'll try and get in like a young right back. We don't need a world-class right back because Santiago is pretty much a world-class right back anyway. So just need a backup basically, or a decent youngster with high potential, low current ability, I think. Then centre backs, we've got James Hill, Volker Verhulst, Reece Phillips. So I think 3 centre backs. So I guess we just need one more, potentially a youngster, because Philip, Hill, Verhulst, they're all capable of playing Premier League football. So I think just a young centre back. Left backs, we've got Gonzalez and Aguirre. I think I'm quite happy with them both just fighting out for the first team spot. Penman is still at the club. He is wanted on loans. So I think those loans, most of them do have a view to permanent. So I think he'll be on his way out. Then centre mids, we've got Trevino, Vlahovic and Munoz. So I think we need another. So we've got Vlahovic and Munoz as the 2 playmakers. Then we just need a backup to Trevino. I don't know whether it's a good one or a bad one. Obviously, we do have Savage coming in, he's a Masala. So if he comes in, that's centre mid's done. The right wingers, we've got Hesterman and Sausage. So I think they're fine. Hesterman, yeah, he doesn't really have much potential, but he's fine. He's Premier League standard. I think he played well this season. No, well, last season he'll play well. I think he'll play well again next season as well. And Sausage, I think he'll be fine. Maybe he could do it for a loan move. I don't really know. Might have said about it. We'll see what right wingers are out there. Then, if we do find a better one than him or better than Hesterman, sell or loan out Sausage just so he can get some well-needed game time. Then left wingers, we've got Filicine and Vidinov. I'm quite happy with them too, although Filicine already reached his current ability, his potential, so not likely to improve, but Vidinov does have decent potential. They're only rated the League One player, but can become homegrown. So I don't really want to loan out Vidinov. I can loan out Sausage because I know he's not going to become homegrown, but I don't know. Left winger is a bit of an interesting role, that. And then strikers we're pretty much good for. We've got Tony and Chimnitsky as the deep line forwards. Matumbu and Garcia both as the advanced forwards. Matumbu is wanted by Schalke. I doubt they're going to make an offer. I mean, 92 million is what they want. Did they qualify for? Did they qualify for the Champions League? No, they did not. Did they just get promoted? I think they might have. Yes, they did. They're not going to afford him. I don't think. I think Matumbu is, for now, he's very much an Exeter player. So I think it's just basically possibly another goalkeeper, a centre back, a right back, maybe a centre, maybe not a centre mid. Yeah, so goalkeeper, right back, centre back, and we're pretty much done. Yeah. So it's just like the three positions or two. Goalkeeper's questionable, but we'll have a little scavenge. Maybe a right winger. So we're looking at about 3-4 players before the start of the season, which is, when is it? It's, oh my Christ. Oh my God. Man United Liverpool. Oh my Christ. I wish I never looked at that, but let's just ignore that tough start of the season, and hopefully by the time we do come to play those games, we should have assembled a fairly decent squad, which should be good enough to taking us up into Europe. Well, we have reached the start of a brand new Premier League season, and I'm pleased to announce we have assembled a fairly decent squad. We've only signed 2 more players since the last clip, but it's fine. I didn't feel the need to sign a goalkeeper and a right winger because we're sorted in them positions, and I didn't really see anything that fancied my eye. So let's go through all the transfers we've done in this episode. We'll start off with the players that have left the club. Not many have actually left it. Actually, quite a few have left the club. So started off with Hardy Chukwuemeka. He joined Everton for £29 million. Fairly decent profit on that. Jordan Samua joined Leeds for £19 million. Dean Rankin joined Troyes for £8.25 million. Junior Amranga joined Sheffield United for £24.5 million. Emmanuel Sprucer joined Nottingham Forest for £5 million. Then moving on to this season, Raheem Harper joined Strasbourg on a free transfer. Then Harry Kurt. I keep calling him Harry Kite. I need to get that out of my head. Well, thankfully he's going, so I don't have to say his name now. Harry Curtis is joining Al Khaleej for £10 million. James Penman has joined Hearts on loan for the rest of his season. I believe he has a optional future fee in there. He is out of contract in 2 years' time, so hopefully they do take him permanently. And we did sell one of our youngsters, Abdul Kagbal. He's joined Fulham for 230k. He's rubbish. I don't know why they would have signed him, but it's more money, I guess. So let's take a look at the players we've signed in today's episode. Starting off with Atelan Vlahic. She's a Serbian centre mid, 3 stars of capability, 5-star potential, good championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in from Cervena Vesta for £6 million. Wonder kid as well. That's the most important thing. He is a wonder kid. And moving on to this season, first up was Reece Phillip. He's a 23-year-old English centre-back, 3.5 stars capability, 4-star potential, decent Premier League player. He comes in from Burnley for £19.75 million. So, not expensive. Not the most expensive player we brought in today's episode. You'll see why. You'll find out why, or you might have seen already. Next up is Joan Munoz. He's a Chilean centre mid, 2.5 stars capability, 5-star potential, decent championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on loan from Inter Milan for the whole of this season, so he's basically brought in to be a backup to the other deep line playmaker. So that's basically what he's here to do, just play backup, play a few games here and then, come off the bench when need to. Next up is Ivan Toney. He's a English striker, 3 stars current ability, good championship player. He comes in on a free transfer from Brentford, where hopefully, well, he might score some goals. He's still got fairly decent stats on him. Good, well, I'd say average pace for a 35-year-old man. So hopefully he can be a decent backup. He's not going to play every single game because he is 35. He is getting old. He is already old. But hopefully he can score a few goals. Next up is Felipe Gonzalez. He's a Uruguayan left-back, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good championship player, potentially Premier League. Apparently he's already as good as Kevin Aguilera. I don't know about that, but he might be. We'll go with it. Then he comes in from Nacional for £5.75 million. I think that's a reasonable fee considering his value is 67 to 71 million. He's going to be quite a good player, whether it's with us or another team. Hopefully with us. I hope he spends all his career with Exeter, possibly. Next up is Igor Savage. He's a Serbian centre mid, 3 stars current ability, 3.5-star potential. He's a good championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in from AC Milan for £3.4 million. I don't know about Cervena Vesta last season. 1 goal, 2 assists, 1 player per match. Not too bad. 7.87 average rating. I'm presuming he was only there for the back end of last season. That's what I presume, unless he did actually only play 9 games out last season. If he did that, it's quite scary. But hopefully he's a pretty useful backup. He's agreed to be a squad player, so he won't get much game time, but he'll get some game time, but it won't start many matches. Next up is Jose Marinho. He's a Portuguese centre-back, 3 stars of capability, 5-star potential. He's a decent Premier League player. He comes in from Borussia Dortmund for £51 million. I think we might have overpaid for him, but we'll see about that when we come to sell him, if we do sell him before the series ends. He only played 8 games for Dortmund, and we've already at least paid 51 more. I don't know, but judging by his value, I think we might make a decent profit on him if we do have to sell him. Then next up is Alexandre Koulibaly. He's a French right back, can pretty much play anywhere down the right hand side. So if we do have to use him as a right winger, we can, but primarily he's going to be a backup right back. He's a 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, good championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on loan from Lille for the whole of this season. He does play some games for the first team, but primarily been used in the second team. So hopefully he can be quite a useful player, I hope. He's got fairly decent pace and acceleration about him, so that's quite handy when you need to get someone just to bomb up the right hand side and give some help to the attackers. So that's very good. I think the squad here, primarily, looking very, very good. A lot of bright potential players, so that's very handy. So the squad for this season, goalkeepers, we've got Sharon Miller and Jan Toonen. Didn't feel the need to strengthen in them. I mean, there wasn't that much to choose from. I could have either got in a new goalkeeper entirely, but that would have meant dropping Jan Toonen down to the bench. I don't really want to do that, unless he is just really bad this season. But at the moment, he's still pretty decent. Then centre-backs this year, we've got Hill, Mourinho, Bajos, and Phillips. So I think I'm pretty happy with those centre-backs. I think they're all pretty decent. The right backs this season, we've got Santiago and Koulibaly. I think, yeah, two very decent centre-backs. Obviously, Santiago, world-class, but he's still actually a wonder kid, so not world-class just yet, but he will be when he turns 21. He'll definitely be world-class. The future is very bright for him. Haven't had any bids for him, so hopefully when that promise just gets null and void, similar to Matumbu, no bids for him. Hopefully they just forget about their promise, and hopefully we can offer Matumbu a new contract. Maybe take out the release clause or add a release clause for like £100 million. Hopefully that's the case. Then left backs, we've got Gonzalez, Aguirre. Still not sure which one's going to be first choice. I guess that's for them to decide. So I think first game of the season we'll probably go with Aguirre, then Gonzalez is back up. Then if one of them gets injured, I'm sure they're capable of filling each other's shoes. Then centre mids, we've got Savage and Trevino, Munoz, and Vlahovic. There he is. Why is he so low down? And right wingers, we've got Hesterman and where's the other guy? And Sostic. There he is. And left wingers, Vidagine and Vidanov. And strikers, we have got Matumbu, Garcia, Chimluski, and Tony. So I think a reasonably good squad. I mean, our worst player at the club, Sharon Minnow. Then following on from that, I'd say Ivan Toney and Vidagine, but Vidagine's honestly our worst player. Really? I don't think he is, but we'll see about that. If he is really bad this season, like, not good, but I very much doubt it. I think he is still Premier League quality, and we might look to get in another left winger. So let's take a look at the season preview, see where it predicts us to finish. 16th. Okay, so it predicts us to avoid relegation. Not mid-table, which is very surprising. I thought they would have had us finishing like 12th, which is where we finished last season. I would like to finish like a little bit higher, maybe push for Europe. I very much doubt we're going to qualify for Europe, but Arsenal are predicted to finish first. Man City have really dropped down. They're only predicted to finish fourth. I mean, that's quite ridiculous, that. Who's our predicted key players for this season? Santiago and Trevino. Yeah, it's fairly obvious. What's our predicted 11? I agree with most of that. I think the back four, that's pretty... No, maybe not Gonzalez as a... I mean, he is 6'2". He probably could do a job in centre-back, but that is probably... it's probably about 75% correct, that starting 11. Just maybe not all of it. So I think I'm quite happy with the squad we've built. I think it's definitely capable of doing some damage. A lot of young players. Not... How many experienced players do we have? Like, quite a few, I want to say. Maybe 2 or 3, but I think that's fine. A lot of potential in the squad, which is only going to get better. So I reckon we'll be unstoppable this season or next season. In a few years' time, we'll definitely be challenging for the Premier League, hopefully, if not this season. So I will see you all tomorrow for probably one of the most difficult starts to the season ever, where we'll be playing Man United and Liverpool. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.